morning! Happy Monday, guys. So, we're back. Hey, so a bit late this morning. Waking up was not that easy this morning, but hey, we're back, and it's the beginning of another week on the Datsun. Of course, still going on that car, and as we had started last week, we're gonna keep going on the engine this week. So we are still in the pre-assembly procedure. Of course, the fan is starting right when I'm about to say a lot of things, right? So basically, last week we went ahead, did a lot of verification on the engine that we have right here. So far, so good. We had just one drama where one measurement was out of the spec. However, we were able to fix that by ourselves without going back to the machine shop, which is awesome because they told us how to do it, and basically was really straightforward, no big deal. But since it's our first time, hey, we had to learn it. So basically, so far so good, everything's looking great. And last week we ended up working on basically the timing chain and the timing of the car, of the engine, and we were not sure exactly what was going on. Let me show you dual front. There you go. So right here at the bottom underneath, it fits, it's so good. So basically over here we have the big gear that's going on the camshaft, and at the bottom here we have the small gear going to the crankshaft. So basically the crankshaft is connected to the piston, and that's gonna be connected to the valve basically. So this way, this and this needs to be in the perfect alignment to make the engine work properly, because basically you need to make sure that once the piston's going up, you don't have a valve opening at the same time straight in the piston, so you have to synchronize everything, and this is what the chain at the front is doing. That's what we call a timing chain. Really simple design on that engine because it's only two gears really close to each other, so the chain is really not so long, and like everything's looking very simple. For the performance purpose of this engine, we went with a double roller, which means we have two timing chain next to each other instead of just one, which might create a bit of modification in the cover going on top, just because there's a chance it is like just grinding a little bit, just having a small contact on the cover, so we might have to grind the cover just a touch, but other than that, that's gonna basically add a bit more safety to the engine itself. That being said, we had the concern about how we needed to make everything look at each other and how to synchronize the timing, but now this week, after a few videos on YouTube, I can tell you what is the answer. So let's look at this dual side. So basically right here, let me grab a chair. What we have is our gear for the camshaft, like I said, and the crank, and under here we had some measurement at the bottom there. Basically, we added that gear on the 0 position, which is okay. We don't want to put advance or retard on the timing right now. That's something that maybe our tuner will tell us that, oh, that could improve, that could be better or something like that, but we're not going to focus on that. We're gonna go in the straight, like, classic way of doing it. And basically, once we did the 0, on some picture over the internet, I saw that the key on top of the crank was lining up, some was not, and everything. And so I had to take a look, and what I ended up understanding from that is that you really need to align, just like the book said. Even though we are having basically a different gear, we have to align the dot here to the 12 and the dot on that cam here to the 6 o'clock, which means they should be lining up and looking at each other, which is actually the case right now. So you can see we have a dot down here, we have a dot that is basically carved in here, and both of them are looking at each other. So right now we have a crank that is actually timed. So this is perfect. This is how we needed to do it. So fun thing is, when I left Friday, I went inside, took a look at what was going on in here to make sure everything was okay. And basically, when I came back to, after watching the video, I was like, I will come back and make sure I have everything put in place. I didn't need to touch anything. We left that Friday in the perfect place, but we just need now to finish mounting that. So this is going to be the first step this morning. So let me thread those, and then we're gonna be basically going on and torquing all that so that we have a perfectly working assembly. One thing I'm curious is how I'm going to torque them, because basically it feels like, and that one seems to have a bit of difficulties to get inside. Let me check the threads. Everything's okay here. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna have a bit of difficulties to basically go ahead and torque that, because it will tend to try to spin everything while torquing. So I don't know what they are doing. I think they have a key to basically hold the center here. So we're gonna take a look at this. But yeah, we should be good to go. So that being said, start the cam bolt by hand, some aftermarket timing chain for the very little slack, making this difficult. Torque to say 18 to 26 feet of pound cams with 3 small retaining bolts. Comes with 1 large. Okay, yeah, so it's 18 to 26. So we're gonna go for 20 this morning, because basically we don't need to go crazy on those. Like, we have to think that we're gonna be disassembling everything anyways at some point. So let's go with 20, which is the lowest spec for that. Oh, yeah, there you go. You see how the engine just spin? That's what I was worried about. And I don't know how I'm going to be holding that. Well, I might have an actual idea for that. Let me check. If I grab the big bolt going at the front here, I should be able to keep it in place. Like with the big bolt at the end there, that should be enough. So where is that bolt now? That's the question. I think it will probably be in one of my boxes at the front, actually. We had it not so long ago in one of the boxes where we took out a few things. They are saying to replace that thing, but yeah, we should be able to reuse our bolt for just the time of pre-assembling things here. Just need to find it back. That's going to be the hardest part, I think. Making my way downtown, moving fast. We don't have it here, no. I'm doing a lot of noise. Right, not here, not here. Not in that. Not in here. Right, fun time. Where is that big bolt? This is the time of the day we're at. It's probably not that far. Just need to put my eyes on it. Is it with that? No. I had a feeling I seen it not that long ago, so let me look well. Is it in here? Nope, that's all the piston and stuff. That's not that. It's not here, dual pin here, so that's a good thing to know. These are the plate stuff. That's just piston. Well, just still pretty important. This is the main gasket. Who's writing to me? Oh, Librata. Pump, 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 pump. Ah! You know, when you start your Monday on searching something, you know it might be a hard week. Nah, kidding. It's gonna be alright. Just that we need to find that little bolt, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. So I'm gonna put that back here just to give myself a bit of space. Maybe it's just laying on here. That's the oil pump, so that's not for right now. Main bolts. Hey, you know what? It might be actually not even in here. It might be in the tray over there. The sorting tray. Because I had the cam bolt at some point. For sure, so let me check. Crankshaft, harmonic balancer bolt. Oh well, it's not in there. Never mind. I'm sure we got that in our hand last week, so it should be around here somewhere. So let me throw that here. We're going to receive one in not so long, like today I think, but still I would love to have my stuff. Let's take a look in here. Not here, not there, not there. Where's that big bolt? Give me the big bolt. Here. That's only those kind of stuff. I'm not lost at all. Everything's doing great. Not at all. Help. Alright, so that. I feel like that means we're more than due for a little cleanup then. Maybe it fell to the ground, but I don't see anything around here. Let's take a look under everything, just making sure we're all good in here, that we don't need. Oh, we received a new tool, by the way. Another one. Front cam. We received this. This is the thing I was not supposed to buy, but I ended up buying. This is basically the push rod measurement tool, just to see which length is going to be the perfect length for what we need. So I hope it's gonna be 7 inches, because this is what I bought in the first place. But other than that, I mean, if there's to be a problem, at least we're gonna know it quickly. So it's gonna be something we're gonna have a good idea about it really soon, which is cool. Because I prefer to know that before it's going wrong than too late and when I like start the engine and have a fail. Still, that's not telling us where we have our little parts. I hope I haven't thrown it in the garbage here, because otherwise it's gonna be impossible to find. But I don't think I did. So we really just are missing our big bolt. And that's not helping us this morning. Trying to make sure it's not somewhere else. What's that? Oh, that's the yoke. I probably have thrown that somewhere stupid, and now I'm paying the price of my own stupidity. Good morning to everyone joining, by the way. Don't worry, I'm just a little guy who fucked up a little bit, putting everything in the place they shouldn't be. Oh, that's true, we need to buy that kit too. I need to make sure I haven't bought it yet, but if I didn't, I'm gonna need to order that soon. Let me just clean up a little bit so that if it's in here, I will find it. Oh, I know where it is. That's why I saw it. Let's go. It was with the main pulley. Of course. Dual side. There you go. So this is what's going to prevent our little thing from spinning. So we're gonna plug that at the end here. There you go. So now I will be able to block it normally and make sure we're not spinning the engine. So that one, I think it's 1 inch, right? Spot on. Oh, it's even a little bit less than 1 inch. 15, 16 maybe? Hey. Perfect, now we're gonna keep that lined up and we're gonna start torquing our bolts. Let's go. It's gonna, of course it's gonna be in that sense, so I need to do that, do this. Maybe that's going to work, we'll see. Kinda need to make sure I'm not. There we go. No. That's gonna be in multiple steps, I think, because that one's not going to cooperate that much. Right, there we go. I don't think it's going to. I don't successfully get enough. So I'm trying to give it a little swing just to make it a little bit more tight. There we go. That one's done. And now that one. Hey, let's go. All right, we're all torque and still looking and facing the right direction there. Whew, that's not easy to do. I know why they have a special tool to hold the crank at the front now. It makes more sense, but we're way too lazy for that. Cool, next step, so progression, let's go. All right, I haven't read the important note first, so let's see that first. What's going on in here? All right. So, be sure to use the correct sprocket marking determined during pre-assembly if using an aftermarket adjustable timing set. 0 degrees, engine equipped with VVT, that's not us. The timing chain tensioner on engine so equipped may need to be installed before the chain and cam sprocket. In this case, the tensioner will need to be temporarily deactivated using a pin or similar instrument while the chain and sprocket are put in place. Not our case, however, we're gonna have a guide that we're gonna add in between here that will prevent flexing and flapping towards the inside. It's just going to hold it slightly in place. So I bought the kit for that. That's gonna be something we're gonna look at once the engine's gonna go through the final assembly process. So everything should be here this week actually. With a timing chain, dampener, which sits in the area between the cam and should install it at this time, torquing its bolt to 18 feet-pounds. Oh yeah, so that's what they are talking about. Engine equipped with timing chain, dampener. This is what we're gonna have in here, and usually will be 2 holes in here. However, ours is going to be a bracket that adapted because we don't have the set holes, the threaded holes here. So it's gonna adapt from the plate behind that gear that is closing the camshaft part. So we're gonna have that come at the bottom here and have the dampener adapted to that. So that's gonna help us basically protect the engine from destroying itself in here. So it's just going to remove a little bit of that loose at high RPM. Cool. Next page, or actually let's come back to the pre-assembly page. That's more accurate there. So where is the timing thing? Alright, so in here, install timing set and verify camshaft and play. So this is what we're gonna do. So see chapter 8 steps 26, 28, that's what we just done. Noting that if using a stock or a stock style chain and sprocket, you will probably have to press the crank sprocket onto the crank snoot. If this is done now, you can just leave it until final assembly. So that sprocket, we won't need to use it to remove it. So for the final assembly process, so this is cool. After doing this, spin the crank over and watch for any physical interference. Application, the cam was that my earbud telling me they were low. They're supposed to have charged all weekend. Maybe they were not plugged properly. After doing this, spin the okay. For high performance application, the cam has not yet been degreed, so simply install the sprocket in their standard position at this time. After doing this, and we won't have to, because basically our aftermarket cam is already machined to have like the +5 degrees of timing, so we should be all good not to move anything, just line up everything as it is. That's what the camshaft card was telling me, at least when I look how to read that. Spin the crank and over and watch for any physical interference between the cam, sprocket, and the block or retainer plate bolts. Mount a dial caliper on the back or in the alternative front of the block to measure camshaft and plate. Push, pull the cam 4.5. There should be a smaller amount of movement, at least 0.001 inch, though you may not see any movement at all in this case. If the cam spins freely, you are probably okay, as you know your cam retainer plate is not being smashed between the cam and the sprocket. Okay, so we should have a bit of, yeah, I just feel a little bit of movement. So now I think I'm supposed to oil a little bit the chain just to make sure it's not running too dry. So that's what we're going to do now. Just lay a little bit of oil, you know. I can hear it go. We just want to make sure it's not sticky. So we're gonna drop a little bit of oil so it's happy. All right, let's turn it a bunch of time. I wonder if we don't have something at the bottom here. So this is actually the real burning sense of that. That we're clear. Oh, I think we're clear. Let me check. Yeah, no contact at all. It's just the oil making sounds over there. There you go. So now if we're trying to line up again, we should have that where it's 12, 12, and then turning that. This is turning 2 times for 1 time at the cam. This is like the difference in the ratio between those. So most engine, your crank is going to turn 2 times for 1 time of the camshaft, so doing the double action there basically. So burning, then pushing out. So this is like a 4-stroke, a 4-stroke engine basically. How it works is that we spin one, and I don't want to say something stupid there because I'm not exactly sure about that, but basically it should be something like here. If we're saying we're neutral, we're doing a first spin where air and fuel are entering, getting burned, and moving up here, coming back to piston being at the bottom if we're talking about, for example, cylinder 1, and then after that on the second spin the piston moved back up, but this time instead of burning, it's pushing out the exhaust gas. So the combustion done, and boom, 1 RPM, so 1 rotation done, which means when we're talking about, hey, your engine's going 2000 RPM, it's doing 2000 times this revolution in the engine. So this is crazy when you think of it. So 1, 2, and this is 1 revolution. So this is spinning 4,000 times at 2,000 RPM. And basically, when you think about it, that means if your engine is going up to 6,500 RPM, you're basically having that spin at 13,000 times a minute. It's crazy. Honestly, it's just crazy how intense that is. But yeah, so here we go. So right now we are on timing. I see a little hair there. Let's remove that. So everything's in place here. So let's keep going. We're gonna check at the back of the engine the play on the camshaft. So there should be a little one, but maybe it won't be that much. Front cam. Let me just push you in here, guys. There we go. It's gonna be a hard one to reach, I think. Dual side. There you go. So what we need to verify is here, that disc here is the end of the camshaft. So we need to try to get our dial caliper, well, not caliper, dial indicator there to see if we can measure our little gap. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Just need to see if there's a bit of play there actually. So let's see. That's not ideal. Just went nuts to the ground, but everything's still in good shape. It's on the frame. All right, thank you for that. So let's see how I can handle that. Up. So if I could just slip that in place, actually, that will be perfect. But I don't know at which point I'm gonna be able. Maybe on an angle like this, it will be okay. Like so. Yeah, like that, maybe. All right, wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Trying to find the best spot. Like I said, I feel like this is missing like just one tiny arm to make it work perfectly. I don't think you're going to be able to see it properly, but all I'm trying to do is get that to reach the cam surface like here. And I will just need that to stay in place. Let me connect that there. All right, that's spinning around it. There's no chance I can make something work with that, right? Let's try it. Big magnet action. Nope, we're missing an arm to go down there, to be fair. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. And if I'm pushing that here, oh, maybe. No, still going to miss something. We're not having enough land for that. Maybe here. Right, let's see. Nope, still not long enough. Nope, there's no chance I'm going down there. All right, so how are we going to manage that? Any idea, guys? How are they doing that? Yeah, they have multiple arms on their side. On the book, because basically I will just need that to stay somewhere around here. All right. Maybe I can go up there, because I have a point here where I could basically be. But there's no way this is going to fit. Nope. Well, that's a bit of a boring thing. I don't have anything else. Let me check. What do I have in the points? What's up, Hal? Good morning! Hey yo! Good morning! Welcome to the Vinto is super tired this morning stream. So he's talking with a deep, low voice. And he's like, yup. Need to use my brain, but brain do not want to cooperate. All right, so we're gonna see what we have in here. that could help us maybe. Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty cool. We might be able to use something from there. If I can unscrew that. So basically we have a set of different needles here that could help us read, I guess, those things. I'm not sure if that's gonna be that useful actually. Let's see. More happy bean juice. Yeah, I'm taking one right now. So I'm taking one, the little kitty mug. But right now it's nothing that I feel like happy bean juice is going to solve. Just need to use my brain to understand how to make that work here, because I need to basically push that to that surface there in between those, and I don't have any places to really grab onto, so it's not the ideal. Maybe. Let's see, can I possibly disconnect the base and use a grip to, like a vice grip or some pliers to hold it in place? That could be a thing. If I can go with that. Oh hell yeah, mud gang. That might be actually a thing. So if I'm trying to just go like this, like that, and I'm trying to, can I just go ahead and pin that here? Holy crap, that will be so perfect if it works, but I don't think it will. But I have to believe. Yeah, that's not going to work. I just need to find a way to hold that there, touching that surface. After that, I can take a reading of it. So this is my life right now, just looking for a solution on a little happy little problem there. Because if I can hit that like this, we could take a measurement actually. I almost drop everything to the ground. Nothing different than usual, I guess. So that. And it's just to take one measurement that we are almost sure is going to work. Could you even imagine that? All right, I will try that and just clamp that like this. I feel like that could be good enough for what we need to do. So let me grab a tool for that. Pom, 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 pom. Big C-clamp. Some C-clamp action going on. That way, that way, that way. Alright, I need to release that. Let's see now. And now I've released it too much. Alright, so if that can clamp there and hold it in place, we're gonna be gravy. Nah, we had something. All right, I believe we're gonna have that. We're gonna figure that out. So just a touch more here, then like this, like so. Believe. Now we had it. Come on, just stay in place, dude. So that way, like so. That will work perfectly. All right, let me check something. If I'm spinning that just a touch, could help. Let's go, we got this. Sketchiest way to measure the camshaft and play. Unlock. That's like a success. That's holding. Not exactly to the place I would like it to hold, but it was holding. So let's try that again and see if I can rearrange the position just a touch. Someone's writing to me. Stay there, stay there. Oh, we have something. We are having something. So, now the hardest part, I need to bring that to 0. It's moving a little bit too much in the assembly, but I should be able to see a little bit of something. So I'm gonna try to give you actually the visibility for that. So I can follow on the screen what's going on. Oh, and I break the cam. Of course I do break the cam now. Well, at least I'm going to try to do that. This. And I'm gonna unbreak the cam. Let's go. It's just to measure something so small and so stupid. Hey, there you go. Oh, look, you see the cam perfectly. You see the doll perfectly there. Cool, so now we need to see if we have movement back and forth. There you go. You saw the needle move. That's me creating that. And we have about 0.005 of movement, and it shouldn't exceed 0.012. So we have plenty of loose. Let's go. All right, we finally got that. Yes, all that for just that measurement there. Yep. All of this just for that. There you go. Boink. So now, what's left to do is not too hard, I guess. Well, no, I'm saying that, and I think it's gonna be a bit painful. It's gonna be the piston, I think. So let's go for that. Front cam. There you go. I'm gonna move that one back here. Having a look. So let's test that. So this is done. This is done. temporarily assemble piston and connecting rod. That's already done. We won't have to remove that. For floating piston pins, lightly lubricate the friction surface, but do not install spiral locks or other pin retaining clip, as this time just be careful the pin does not slide far out. All right, no worries, we're not doing that. Whew, we're getting there. So we're gonna be checking the clearance of the pistons. That's in the way a little bit. So we're gonna be checking the clearance of the piston with the crank. So, and in between each of them, because basically every journal for the piston has has two piston going on it. So you have one bearing surface, but two piston that connects to it. So yeah, we're gonna make a little bit of cleanup here, and we're gonna start doing that actually. So I'm gonna have to probably clean those up a little bit, just making sure we are all set and ready to throw that inside the set engine. So I'm gonna put the book aside. It's taking a lot of place over here. And we'll see if I was supposed to buy the clamp for the vice grip to protect the piston connecting rod, but I have some plastic protection for the vice grip, so we're gonna try that actually. So here we go. Let me show you. Of course, the Schmetz just transferred to that. So basically, I have some plastic clamp for the vice grip, so that should protect basically my different surfaces on the different material I'm gonna be working on. So because it was close to where I'm cutting metal, often there's a bit of metal that went on the surface for where there's the magnet, but hey, we're gonna make a good use of that. So let's remove that like this and like that, boom. So basically, if you want to see what I'm talking about, it's just an add-on like this, side cam. There you go. So basically, this is just the add-on like this. So instead of being on metal, we're gonna protect our piston surface if we need to clamp it there to remove the cap on it. So it's gonna be helpful. Front cam. But first of all, let's clean those. So pistons are over here, so we're gonna make a new layer of sheets right here. Just let's move it a little bit. So like that. So we're gonna be all clean. Hopla. Let's grab those. So I don't think I have any specific order for the pistons. They are going pretty much anywhere. And this is what we're gonna have to do. So let me show you. Dual side. Dual side. There you go. So these are the pistons going into the engine. They are, like I already said, used piston, but they are basically some Gen 4 piston going into a Gen 3 block. Reason for that is here, the little H-beam at the center here, what we call the connecting rod, is beefier, so can handle more power without bending. So that's the idea here. So we're gonna be just throwing that on the table and start cleaning them. So let me bring you with me. Gonna have to do that. And to do this. There we go. And I just broke, no, it's all good. So we're gonna start doing that and cleaning some happy little piston. I don't know in what order I should do it. Maybe I should crack that open first, then clean everything, because basically we're gonna be also cleaning the cap, and then we're gonna throw that in place. Here we have everything locked, so basically that's what they call a floating pin thing. So it's really up there. As you can see, there's even movement like this. So the head is really freely going everywhere it wants, and that's just because that's the way it reduces any friction going up and down the actual Oh, okay, it's just oily. The actual cylinder surface. So yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna check because I see they are all marked. So basically, usually what you have to look for is at the top here of the piston, you have a dot in that usually is always facing forward. So this is going forward to the engine. I'm just going to check if there's a code, because I see XC, I see a bunch of things over there on different pistons. So I'm gonna check if there's a code from the machine shop or something. But yeah, basically I should, if I had done like the most out of that for my engine, I will have changed the piston head here for something better, but it's basically $1,000 for all 8 of them. But yeah, so we're gonna go with that. I think we should be like having plenty of loose with all that, so I'm not too worried about this. I just want to check. I'm gonna search for piston for XC. I don't think there's anything about that. Alright, I don't know why someone marked, because you can see it has been added by someone, the XE right here. Is it like the machine shop initial? I don't think so, because they all have something different. I think all of them, yeah. So here it's CK, so I don't know what's up with those. Maybe it was just to get a reference point, but again, not even sure. There's a F on that here, a F in that here. So yep, no idea whatsoever what that is. See, there's a little point of dirt there. So we're gonna make sure everything's doing great in here. Here I see, I think, a bit of rust or schmidt, so we're gonna clean that also. Yep. So we're gonna clean all those, let's go. I think cracking them open is gonna be the easiest way to do it. And then after that, maybe have a clean box or something to throw them in there. And then we're gonna be starting assembling all of those. And we're gonna have some little plastic gauge moment. Just let me checking connecting rod, bearing clearance, adjust crankshaft and lock from turning. All right, so I need to lock my crank from turning. That's gonna be a funny thing. Okay, measuring rod bearing clearance is a little more involved than checking those of the main bearings because of the need to prevent the crank from spinning in the block and the rod from spinning on the journal, lest the plastic gauge become damaged. The only truly reliable way to do this is to install your flywheel onto the back of the crank and use a flywheel holding tool to lock the crankshaft from turning. Before doing this, to get the crank journal you will be using to the lowest point of travel in the block. Get the crank journal you will be using to the lowest point of travel in the block. This will be as near as possible to bottom dead center for both pistons that share that rod journal. Okay, yeah, I get it. So basically I need to bring like, let's say cylinder 1 the closest to the bottom, so that we're going to throw the rods really far down there, so it's gonna give us quite a lot of place to work on it. So that's the idea here. However, that also means we're gonna have quite a bit of difficulties, I think, holding everything in place, because I don't have a lot of space to throw the flywheel. I think, maybe I can actually. Let me check my flywheel because there's a pin in there, so maybe I will be able to lock it with some, yeah, we have a bunch of bolts on it. Yep. I think we might be able to do that. Oi, I have some rust material on there, yikes. I'm just going to need to look, well, no, it's okay, that's going this way for sure. Okay, dookie. So we have the bolts, we have everything. Yeah, we might be throwing the flywheel in place then, because we really need to make it like lock in place. Then we're gonna have to measure the clearance, and for the clearance, we're gonna need to make sure we are having pretty much everything in place. That's gonna be a tough one, to be fair. That's gonna be a real tough one, and I know this week is going to be the hardest one for verification. So basically, I need that to be like here at the bottom, like this, so they are really super deep. Like the journal surface you see down there is really deep down there. We're gonna spin that, we're gonna install the flywheel and lock it in place. Once it's locked in place, we're gonna be able to throw the pistons in there. But first of all, we're gonna have to clean up all the piston, then probably install the bearings in those, because we need to basically make sure we are right in spot for that. And then, yeah, holy crap, that's gonna be quite a thing. Quite a big thing. So normally we should be able to spin the engine now. Oh, it's getting heavier. I can tell you that. So that's why we're going this way, because we're gonna have that facing on top. And then we're not going to throw the piston this way, but there we're going to be able to install that. All right, I need to run to the bathroom quickly. I think the coffee just hit. So I'm going to be back in just a few seconds, guy, okay? So I'm putting that for now and be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay there. Just happened to see a girlfriend upstairs, so I chatted a bit with her. All right, here we go. Boom, we're back. So I was thinking also about what we're going to do here. So the idea I think is gonna be to clean the top of the shelves here. Then we're gonna be laying a layer of blue paper on top. By the way, I went to the Costco this weekend, so there's a brand new package right there on top. So that's gonna be perfect. And what we're gonna do is start working our way with cleaning piston per piston and everything. Then, only then, once the first one we did is dry, we're gonna start assembling it in here. So we're gonna leave the engine aside for now. We're gonna check for putting the flywheel and everything once the piston are done. And basically, what I think is with the little code on top of each basically piston, we're gonna take note in the cell phone about which piston is going where, and from there only we're gonna be able to see and make sure that the clearance we have is going back to the right place. Also, that means that if we run into a clearance that's not good in one spot, like let's say one is too big and another one is a bit small, we can switch them and have like a trace in the cell phone which one is going where once we're gonna get there. So let's put that box aside because there's still some useful stuff there. We're gonna make sure everything's in place with our doors. We clean those. But I can't remember where we use those. We have bolts. It's not the side one. I'm gonna put that aside for now. I feel like I'm supposed to know where they are going, but I can't figure it out. Oh well. Is that some bolts we had brand new somewhere? No. Because we didn't have any brand new bolts, whatever. So there we go. So we're gonna grab that, grab this, make sure everything's clean. Let's be honest, the gloves, I won't put some gloves from last week just because I don't know which one is dirty, which one is okay. This is empty, this is empty. Cool, this can go there for now. Let's throw that in here. We're gonna start fresh with some brand new mineral spirits. Put that aside. Put that aside. Brake cleaner might be useful, but shouldn't be used too much on here. The oil's gonna be for later. That can go on the workbench. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep only the useful things for basically cleaning up. Those bearings here, we are not going to reuse that. And since everything's great with the one thing though, we should be having like a pretty decent. We should have something pretty decent on the clearance everywhere, basically because all the pistons. Why the cam change? Front cam. We should have something pretty decent on the clearance if all the pistons are basically the same, because we had all the same thing. Oh, not true, we haven't tested the journal, never mind. I was about to say we had pretty much the same for the main journal everywhere, but now we're going on the different surface, so that might not be as true. So let's keep cleaning up. I'm gonna put that special tool here, right here, so that I'm gonna look for it later on. Hey, I know. That's gonna be useful. All right, we open already both? No, just one, I think. That plastic gauge for a little bit later. So I'm gonna throw that on top of the keyboard actually. Boom, here that's going there. Like I said, I'm gonna try to clean that up. Scotch-Brite, gonna be used later on at the back. This and this. Might be changing that also just to make sure we are all clear and clean. Fresh start. Since we have the chance to do it, might as well do it. Razor blade. Just going to make sure we don't have a lot of dirt laying in here. Even though we're gonna be cleaning on top of the towel, we just wanna make sure we are as close as possible to the perfect surface. There. That's a lot of small things to do, to be fair. It's kind of crazy. And it's cool. It's not like, oh my God, that's so hard. No, it's just you take your time, you go through that, and it's fun. It's actually decent fun. That to the side. Hey, clean. So we're gonna lay our towel on top there. I'm gonna keep the mouse closed. Now let's go. So we're gonna put 2 layers up there. Boom. Like new. And here we had a new layer, but we're gonna put a second one just to help ourselves. There you go, there you go. Everything's in place. We love to see that. Put some more mineral spirit in there, just so we are starting fresh. Putting some on the sides, really important, you know. There you go, boom. Let's start with brand new gloves and cleaning those pistons. So, first thing first, I'm gonna crack open the first piston, see how it's going on the vice grip, because basically we need to remove the cap, and it seems like they say it's really hard to do, or it can be stuck together. So we're gonna see how true that is. But yeah, so you're come with me here on that vice grip there. Dual side. Oh, I don't think the connection's happy. There you go. We're good. We're good. Whoop. Yep. So, like I said, I'm gonna be clamping that in here. I feel like I could just go with that here without risking anything, but usually you should be clamping that. Oh, they are magnetic also. Yeah, that's true. Let me try to do that actually, because you need to make sure you're not damaging those surfaces, because these are truss surface in between those, but like that seems to be pretty decent. We're on plastic, we are not really risking anything. Let me check, is that some 10 mil? It should be. Nope, 11 I think. Are they some 11 mils? Yes, they are. So I'm gonna clean that here just to make sure we are clean in the tools, because we don't want to put schmutz through it. And then we're gonna be opening our first piston. Or connecting rod, should I say. Because piston basically referred to the entire assembly. Piston head is the wobbly thing that goes into the cylinder, so the part at the right. And connecting rod is the part at the left, well, in the grip. So it's like the H-beam connecting that up there. So super, super different thing, but all part of one assembly. So yeah. Basically this week the big thing we're doing, because we're getting quite close to the end of the chapter for pre-assembly. So just to give you an idea, like if everything goes super well, we could be done tomorrow, which I don't believe will happen, because basically we are verifying 8. Oh wait, XE, there's a code on the connecting. So that might be why. CK, yeah, okay, so they basically matched the piston head to the code on the side here, so that's why. So they will, once they got disassembled, they will reassemble them with the proper connecting rod. Okay, that's why. So yeah, so basically, like I was saying, we are looking here at just like the connecting rod, but just doing the clearance. We have to assemble quite a bunch of pistons there. So 8 pistons, we have to disconnect them, clean all of them, then move on to adding the bearings, putting them in the engine. So it's pairs, so we're gonna have to lock the flywheel, then move to one, then unlock the flywheel, then move that to the second pair and everything. So yeah, we're gonna have for quite a while. All right, that one wasn't really stuck, that one either. So perfect. They are not actually tight together, so that should be pretty fast forward. Just going to make sure we're not dropping that, because I've done that the first time I was doing piston removal and it didn't went super well. Okay, and the bolt stays with the cap. Perfect. I just need to make sure I'm not dropping the cap on the ground like that. So that's gonna be the idea here. So we're just going to split them. Now that I've seen that though, I don't think I'm gonna have to care too much about clamping that here. It's more when we're going to torque them. No, torquing is on the engine actually. Yeah, we should be good. Perfect. Let's move to here then. Point. There we go, the cleanup station. So I'm gonna go and do 2 per 2, and I think I'm just going to be able to open them right here because they didn't put too much torque on there. Now, yeah, we are all good, and they are not like clamped together to a point where I cannot do anything with them. So perfect. So there again, basically there's gonna be oil coming from one side to the other side. Basically the bearing's gonna use some oil from the engine going through the bearing to the inner side there. So yeah. And here I should have CK, perfect. So I have all my code right here. So are we doing 3 and then 3, then 2? I think that's gonna be the idea here. So if I'm looking at this one here, that's VJ and VJ, yeah. So they just made sure that everything was fitting together. I don't know what the F is, because it doesn't mean driver or passenger. Or, oh, okay, the F is front. Well, what was facing the front, I guess, yep. The point F. So basically they made sure to reassemble that in the exact same way GM did it at first. Perfect. We love to see that. Well done work. There we go. Boom. So let's start cleaning. I can see already there's quite a lot of dirt on those surfaces. So let me just do that. I think I might have broke. No, we're all good. Let's do this. Let's do that. Boom. So you're gonna have a better view of what's going on. So as I was saying, I can already see quite a lot of dirt on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start cleaning those. I think paper towel is gonna be the best for now. So let's fold that. And here we go again in some cleanup. It was perfect. No need for a cleanup. Who's cleaning their shit before assembling, right? So we're also going to look for any problem on the bearing surface, but so far I think we're gonna be quite good with those, because I send them to get cleaned up and balanced at the machine shop. So basically if there was any problem with the piston, I think they would have said it to me, right? I don't think they have any advantage on not telling me that something's wrong with the piston. Perfect. Now let's just try to remove some dirt on the other case, which is not the worst thing to have, but not the greatest also. So might as well try to clean everything. The only thing I hate with all those parts is that the cast is basically tearing apart your towels, so you really have to take care not to leave pieces of your towel out there in the surfaces. That's gonna also, yeah, just like that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I have like a small piece of papers up there, so that's what I hate the most with paper towel, but that's what worked the greatest so far. It's the best. That's what we want for our engine, the best. All right. That, let's do a last pass on the bearing surface just to make sure. There we go. Looks quite clean to me. Because that one we need to really make sure, since we're gonna be measuring tolerances, it's not even about like a first start or something. It's really about having everything super clean. So now let's throw that away. Take this, take that. Gonna go ahead. So we're gonna be concentrating our effort here, then on top of the piston where it's gonna be the ring. I can already see some dirt in there, so we're gonna make sure the piston ring area is really in good shape. That's gonna be super important. Let's bring you here, like so. There you go. So again, just removing the schmitz from there. There's quite a bit. Then here, then top part. So yeah, basically they are all matched together, and I can see some like, how would I call that, like porosity or stuff that are on both sides. So on the cap, on the rod, connecting rod cap here, and on this side matching together, so you cannot like switch them or you're gonna have like problem fitment issues and stuff. So these are coming out of an LS2, I think, if I remember correctly, or actually LY6, because I would look at the piston code and it was, I think, actually from a LY6. So I've paid not too much for those. I think $150 for all 8 of them. They were dirty, but like I said, the machine shop took care of cleaning them up due to the fact I was sending that to be balanced with the crank and the new flywheel and stuff like that. So basically 2 shops went and took a look at those. So yeah, like I said, hopefully someone would have said like, hey, you sure you want to use that? To which I would have answered, well, why should I be buying something brand new? And if they gave me a good idea, a good reason, I will buy some brand new piston. But they are in really good shape overall, so yeah, should be pretty good. So we have some lube at the bottom there. Just need to make sure I'm not contaminating the surface there. There we go. There. Let's remove those casting marks. We'll just clean them, I mean. All right. And now the fun part. going into the small area here. I think I'm gonna use one of the brush I have for that. I'm about to use almost all of them if I continue this way, which is cool. You okay, door? My door is opening by itself. So we're gonna go and just try to make sure we are actually going inside the ringland, because this is how it is called, the ringland. Yep, so this is helping quite a lot. Can I go into that one? That one, my brush is a bit too big, but we have a smaller one. Is that a good one? I think it will be. Yes, it is. And that really small one I won't be able to, except with towels, so perfect. Grab it. Only thing, I think I'm gonna bend it a bit hard doing that, but hey, let's go. Hell yeah, that's working like a charm. Yep, I can see that we have removed quite a bunch of dirt in there. There we go. That one has been done too. Let's fold that to another side where it's still clean, and let's try to just go ahead and remove even more. And we're probably going to blow some air in there just to make sure we are really, really clean. There we go. Alright, so let's try to remove what's left in there, like I said. So I'm still grabbing a bunch of schmutz out there, so that's really good. That's exactly what we want to see, because that means we are actually doing a good job. Hell yeah. And now let's see if I can get into that small one there. I think I'm gonna be able, if it's a little bit wet, but it's gonna be a hard one. Oh yeah, super dirty. Let's try that again. Oh, it broke. The towel split it, so we're not going to use that. go. There we go. So I don't know. I'm still unsure if I'm gonna have to gap all three of the rings per piston. Oh shit. Or if it's going to be only the two first one, because I know the two first one are the one getting the stress, and the one at the bottom is more like a bit of a baffle to prevent the oil from exiting at the top. So I'm really unsure of what it is with the engine build, which one I need to gap properly, but we're gonna find out eventually. It's probably written in the book, and otherwise Google's going to answer. Oh shit, honestly, that one was dirty. It was dirty, which makes it even a better thing we're doing that right now. So what time is it right now? Something like 11 something, I guess. Probably this morning we won't be even done cleaning those pistons. I need to prepare my class for tonight. I should have done it during the weekend, but I was not a good boy. So I think objective of the day is going to really be just finishing cleaning those. So I don't want to put mineral spirit where I'm not supposed to, so I'm just going to go and make a quick wash on the other side here. I don't know the floating pin surface if I'm supposed to or not, so there you go. So this way, that one, I will call it done. Boom, first one. I just want to check. 11:32 already. Damn. Yeah, we'll try to finish those three this morning. Then we're gonna have 5 left for this afternoon, and I think after that it's gonna be up for tomorrow to see what we're doing there. Holy crap, that's gonna take a while. Holy shit. Part of the game. This one seems in better shape. That one is still pretty dirty. So yep, so let's go. These two are going to be the thing. So we're working on those right now. Boom. So we need more towels. At least they're going to have plenty of time to dry. And if tomorrow we're done with that, I will need to check what it is left after that, but I think we're gonna be pretty much up there with the pre-assembly. Like we're putting those in place, then it's gonna be testing and gapping the rings. Because I think we're just installing them once, and then after that we're moving to basically gapping the rings, and we're not putting the piston back in it, because the piston with rings is only on the assembly procedure from what I've seen. Like we don't have to basically, because I want to see it, we don't have to pre-assemble the ring on the piston, just because it's not worth it. Like once you take your measurement inside the cylinder, you're all good to wait until final assembly to put those in place, and then go ahead and clean everything and put that for final for good in there. So that's cool. Still need to look at what is the good gap for a turbo application on an LQ4 on a 4 inches diameter bore. Because basically that could be something changing depending on your bore, and since we are 4 inches, like there's gonna be plenty of info, because there was many 6 liter with 4 inches bore done by GM, so turbo application is nothing new. I'm not reinventing the wheel here, not for that part at least. We've done that on other part of the car, but for that we're going with a setup that has been done hundreds, maybe thousands of times at this point. Which is cool because we have a lot of info with that. There we go. Here we go. Whew. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm getting the twist with those, so I know pretty much in what order to do things. So I think we're gonna get better and better at those. The ring land's going to be the worst part on each of those, but once we're done with that, we should be pretty good. And again, we just found out a little recipe with the first one, so which tool and everything. So that's the fun part of doing something again and again and again. Like, it might seem a bit boring at first, but like, you're just getting way better at it. I need to take care the paper towel is destroying itself a little bit. There we go. It's crazy how it moves so freely and has no gap at all when you touch it. Like, if I'm trying to move the connecting rod up and down, I can't feel any loose, like nothing, but it's moving so well on that pin. It's so good. And a chance, because if there was loose, that will be a problem, but yeah. There we go. All right, let's hit the ringland. I don't know if I'm gonna use the brush every time. Like, I feel like just the towel was doing a better job in the end. Let's try that first and see if I feel like I need to go scrub in there. Because yeah, I'm grabbing pretty much everything since I'm not with a dry towel, but a wet towel, so that makes the dust and the dirt stick to that, and basically I'm grabbing everything. So I think I'm just gonna go with the paper. There we go. That one is honestly not bad at all. Sheesh. Let's go. Let's go. Progression. I'm gonna do a quick rub of all the top part of it just to see if I can remove a bit of dust just like that. Cause see, there's even like dust falling to the bottom here on the towel I have on the table, so that means it was a bit dirty, but we're doing great. Like, I won't be afraid to assemble that, that's for sure. All right, let's try to get to that little ringland there, the top one. It's so freaking small. That's too many layers of towel. I won't be able to reach that. There we go. That should be doing the job. There we go. So 1/2, and let's move even further back here. Grabbing the tricks. We're getting there. Put a little bit further back. Here we go. Hey, boom. A lot of dirt removed. Might pass another time just to make sure. You know, better be safe. Then shower. We're gonna do one more pass just before assembling the ring in there. We're gonna be going through them all over again one time, but yeah, I just removed even more stuff, so as long as I'm not getting something a bit more clean than that, I'm gonna keep going. This is pretty much carbon, I will guess, like when they were actually running. Did I just hear? Oh, it was my door. There you go. It's still getting out pretty dirty, so again, that's gonna be the last one. So, because like I said, we're gonna put even more effort at the end. Right now, I don't even think we're gonna like move them that much inside the cylinder and everything, so we're gonna be good. Yep, there we go. So let's clear the piston head quickly. Going quickly around it, another time this way, the friction surface, sides, just saw some dirt getting removed there, so that's something I like to see, and there we go, second one done. Boink. Yay! Woo! So, let's keep going. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the hard part. Today it's gonna be to keep working and do all of them, because that means quite a lot of things, to be fair. But hey, it's part of the game. Embracing that. That's what happens when you need to do some high performance, well, when you want to. Because let's be realistic. I could have just put a normal engine in that and make it work properly. On some of them, I think I'm gonna have to blow some compressed air just to make sure I'm not leaving too much towel in there. Let me turn that over like this. Just remove that. There. I can sorry. I can tell one bearing surface had a bit of a hot spot. The second piston we just did, we can see a bit of a difference. Like there's a little mark, a little circle. I think you can barely see it. It's, let me shut down the light, it's gonna be easier. Like right here on that side at the tip of my finger there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there. So that circle compared to a smooth surface like that, you can tell it has been a little bit hot over there. So maybe just a small amount of oil, like a lack of oil for just a few revolution and stuff like that. But otherwise, yeah, at least it's not dented in that, and it's on the surface, not the bearing itself, but behind the bearing. But if a bearing had that, I will be worried a little bit, because that means like the spinning surface is damaged. Now that's a part where basically the bearing needs to grip to that. It's not like going to, you always need to put the bearing dry, because basically the bearing needs to stick to that surface and not move at all. So that's why I'm not too concerned about that. Like, those are not brand new, so that makes sense. And also it's not on the surface where you need to have lubrication, but pretty much the opposite. So yeah, just a little thing I've noticed. That's where there's a bit of dirt there. Let's clean that up. There you go. XE, so yeah, that's what it was for. It's just a code for which piston is going on which connecting rod. The more you know. That surface is really amazingly in good condition. Like, I have nothing to say about that one. All right, so depending on the time, it's 11:40. We're gonna try to go ahead and make maybe 4 or 5 piston actually. Like, these ones are going in like way faster than the first few one we have done, so that's really cool. Do a first pre-wash of the top. There we go. Throw that there. Oh, that thing I forgot to do on all of those. I don't know if that's a good one. Yep. Is the center there. Because it is also quite dirty. And now that I think of it, before doing something stupid, let me check in the book, because we skipped the part of cleaning the piston, so we're just going to make sure we're not doing something stupid right now. Clean all surfaces of the cam piston and connecting rod using clean non-light linting towel and mineral spirits. Be mindful of the piston ring groove. Also, Gen 3 and 4 cams are hollowed, some not all the way through, so you should brush the inside of the cam. And in addition, the oil passage in the second cam journal from the front. All right. Well, for now, yeah, the cam we won't do that because we're gonna do that once we remove it for the final assembly and cleanup. That's a thing I forgot. But here we're okay. So there's nothing in the book saying like, do not put mineral spirit in the center there, which would have been bad because I just did it. So you know. But so far so good. Yep, that one's super clean. But they were saying, and I just saw a picture of it in the book about the ring gap. So basically, when I'm talking about ring gap, these are the grooves here. So the brown section there is the top one, middle, and bottom part. So that's what we're doing right now. And I feel like it's missing a bit of light. Let's go. So there we go. So that's what we are trying to clean. Let's go. Let's try to tackle in those grooves. So for the big one, I'm folding quite a lot my piece of towel there. I'm trying to start always center to one of these. So that way I'm pushing that at the bottom of the groove like so, applying pressure and moving toward the other side. And on that one, I can tell you that there's a bunch of dirt left in the center compared to the other one. See if it's not really coming out of that. There we go. We're getting there. Boom. So we just remove a spot of dirt, and I have to check on those, but these are clean. These are clean, so I think that was the only one that had that problem. Oh, we have a bunch here, so we're gonna bring that one back because we have a bunch of dirt exactly in the same spot for that one. Perfect, so now let's keep going and move towards the other side. There we go. Yep, we have again the same kind of things here. So we're gonna use that, go back with the brush. There we go, boom, like new. There we go, cool. With that said, let's go to the second groove. So the first two are really not that bad usually. Like here it went really well, not that dirty or anything. But that last one, that's where the fun begins. The small groove on top, you can tell that it's hard to reach and it hasn't been cleaned as much in depth as the two other one. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, it's really not that bad, that one, compared to the others. All right, can I just get back on having everything properly set here? Thank you. Oh, it's hurting in my shoulder now. Go. There we go. Ooh, that one was dirty at the bottom. How come was it so dirty on one side but not the other? Just in case, we're gonna go and redo a quick passage through it entirely. There we go. Yeah, I think at the first time it didn't went all the way to the bottom. That's why. Let's keep going with another one. Yep, there we go. Well, that's definitely helping. Cool. Let's go. So that one's done. Now let's just go back on that one and clean those notches. There we go, like brand new. Like brand new. There we go. There we go. Boom. There it goes. So right now they're all orientated this way. But the caps are not all in the same way. All right, I'm gonna have to take care of that. There. Whew. Well, that's 3 of them done. We're getting somewhere. Let's grab a 4th one. Boink. So we'll keep going on those. So basically now I know pretty much everywhere where I need to check. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot on 2 of them is to clean the center of the pin. So let's just do that here. Just making sure it's as clean as possible. Let's see how dirty it was. Quite a bit. Not too bad, not too great. Let's do the same thing on the first one because we haven't done it on this one. It's pretty clean, so. There we go. All right, 3 of them done. Let's start that 4th one. Getting to the half mark. Gonna start straight away with that before forgetting. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Now let's unlock the cap like this. And it's all over again, the same process. We're getting close to putting piston in that little engine. We're getting close. So there we go, there we go. Here, so we're gonna start moving around and cleaning those surfaces. So we're just going to do the same thing. One thing I'm gonna do on the workbench, actually, front cam. There you go, is to move those on the other side, because right now, the more I'm going to progress, the more I'm gonna have to reach far from where I'm working at, like the working position, so might as well just bring everything already on that corner, so that way it's gonna be easier for me to just throw the other one in place. I need to make sure I'm taking about half of the space only once we're done cleaning 4 of them. There you go. Boom, that's way better. And now let's keep going. What time is it? I need to look. 12:02. We're doing that one and then I'm gonna go into a lunch break, I think. So we're gonna have half done. We're gonna come back this afternoon, clean the 4 other one and get prepared for tomorrow to have, to be set basically to have everything. The goal this afternoon, I think, is going to be 4 piston to clean and putting the flywheel and locking everything in place. I think that's gonna be a good goal. All right, let's keep going. Dual side. Dual side. There you go. So again, same. We're not reinventing the technique. We're gonna start with the cap because it's the smallest surface and we want to get that out of the way. The truss surface on each side. I think I could be able to tell if that one was facing crank or piston side just by looking at it. Again, it will, yeah, that's probably crank faces. So we're gonna be able to probably put that also back in a good position in the engine just to make sure everything's looking like it was originally in its engine. Like so, and let's turn those. That one last scrub on here. There we go. Now I can just put that away like so and head to the piston itself. Hey, what's up, Panda? What's the brand of the car? Hey, it's a Datsun 280 ZX 1979. So let me show you actually. Dual front. There you go. So if I'm moving my ass from here and moving the towels a little bit, you're gonna see it a little bit better. But basically, it is a 1939 Datsun 280ZX, usually having a 6-cylinder in it. We're going crazy and putting a little 8-cylinder that you can see behind the cam. Front cam. Front cam. There you go. So LS engine in it, well, LQ4, this is an iron block, but yeah, if you're interested, I can actually show you a good picture of it. Once it was all in one piece. It's been a while that didn't happen. Let me show that to you. Pom, 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 pom. Welcome, by the way, first time chat, we appreciate those. It's always fun to have on a slow Monday like today. So there we go. I'm gonna move that on this side. Pump, pump. Monitor share. So this is my car. This is me actually right there, and like 10 years ago. But yeah, so I have the car for the last 10 years. It never ran properly. I always had a lot of issue with it. So this is the car itself, and now it's all in 1,000 pieces because we're doing everything on it. We're working quite hard on it since last July, and we're aiming for end of this July to have a car that's properly working. So there you go. So this is the little project we have in our hand right now. So I've been working quite a lot on the car, and now we're pretty much at engine. We're doing a manual conversion, so we're going from 4-speed automatic because the car basically already had a V8 in it instead of the 6-cylinder, but it was like a V8 from the 80s with a 4-speed automatic transmission. It was all so shitty, never ran properly, always had trouble with it. When it was not about fuel issues, it was about cooling issues. If it wasn't a cooling issue, it was electronic issues. So I had at some point a module on the distributor basically going nuts because of the heat in summer and just shutting down the car out of nowhere. You wait 10 minutes, the car start again, and you can drive until it overheat again. So those kind of stuff. So yeah, I was a bit tired of that, so I just decided to go ahead and convert a lot of things. So we're going 2003 LQ4 engine that got rebuilt. We are actually on the pre-assembly procedure. We're converting to a manual 6-speed transmission that is able to handle 700 feet per pounds of torque. So yeah, so it's gonna be pretty insane. Thank you. Yeah, it's really a beautiful car, and it's gonna be even prettier once we're done. Not that I'm doing a lot of thing on the outside, but all the thing on the inside. Let me show you actually. It's not too bad to take a few minutes, right? So basically, when I say we are going nuts with everything, maybe I just broke the cam. We'll see, the cam is a little bit sassy lately. Dual side. Dual side. Oh, there you go, it's not broken. So when I say we went a bit nuts, we have a custom cross member at the front. We're gonna have the same thing at the back. We are converting everything. We cleaned up all the wiring loom over the summer. We removed everything from the old engine that was not useful anymore. And by old engine, I mean the first one that came in that car, not even the one we had in there. So there was a bunch of things useless. I placed all the electronic in one corner here, remove the battery from this side there, replace that with 2 terminals like this. The battery is now in the trunk. There's gonna be big brake kit, coilovers, they are on their way at the moment. And like I said, we have the custom gold part here. There's gonna be a bunch of things also. We welded every holes that were not necessary out there. So once the engine's gonna be in place, there won't be a lot of wires going all around the car. Everything's gonna be that thing at the bottom there that's all. So it's gonna be barely visible, knowing that we're gonna paint everything black again. And yeah, so a lot of things happen in here. We're going for big power, and in that corner there's gonna be a little turbo because V8 is not enough, so I decided to go turbo. We already have the turbo. I have a bunch of accessories to buy though, and we're gonna do everything by ourselves. So we also had to buy and learn how to weld. So this is my MIG welder, this is my TIG welder, and we did a bunch of projects so far with those, so that's pretty cool. And there's gonna be a lot of things happening on the inside. So yep, welcome to the channel, welcome to the project. There you go. And right now we're trying to make something beautiful out of this. So we're basically, like I said, in the pre-assembly procedure. So we're following a little book that's on the shelves over. Oh, I broke the cam. There you go. So we have a book right here. That book is giving us all the info we need to build the engine properly, basically. And so right now we have done a lot of verification for the clearances on the bearing surface and stuff like that. Everything so far is looking spot on, which is cool because I mean, I paid for the machine shop to get that in a good shape, so it will be a bit of a bother if it wasn't. But yeah, so right now we are at the moment where we are cleaning pistons, and eventually we're gonna test the clearance between the piston bearing and those surfaces of the crank, so the journal of the crank here. And if everything's okay, we are going to be really close to dismantle that all over again, clean everything up one last time, and reassemble that with the assembly lube, and put that all together one final time. A lot of custom parts, a lot of upgraded parts everywhere in the car. So yeah, that's the biggest project I've done ever so far. There we go. I'm gonna throw you there, guys, and we're gonna keep going. Bump. And happy bean juice in a kitty mug. So coffee is really important in those projects. So yeah, we're aiming at 600 HP at the wheel, so wheel HP there. That's gonna be nuts if we're going for that. Like if we're reaching that, and honestly, we should be with no difficulties. I basically made a recipe that should be able to push around 800 horsepower, to be fair, so at the wheel. But we're not aiming for that because that's way too much for the car. Actually 600 is already too much, and I know it. So we're gonna aim to get that number and then retune the car to get a decent amount of power without going too nuts. And yeah, we have a custom engine management that's on the way also, well, pre-ordered, brand new product from Alltech. And with that we should be able to have basically something not too crazy for when we are on the road, something a bit more sporty for when we're on the track. And we should have a button that is yes, I want to die. So we should have the button for max power in there too. So we're gonna try to have 3 presets to basically have a car that we can manipulate to our taste. Depending what we're looking for, we are going to try to get the best out of it and have the best feeling driving it, which is quite important. And yeah, so again, Panda, welcome to the channel. As I said, I've been doing that since last July. I just decided that, well, since I was able to do a streaming setup, I had pretty much all the hardware except like mic and stuff like that. I decided, hey, I won't just do the project, I will also stream it. So there you go. You have all the VODs available on YouTube if you want to see how we started and where we started. And like, yeah, the channel improved along the way, and yeah. Quite a blast so far, honestly. The best thing I've done. Last week we had a guy from Germany dropping in here, and he was really like an amazing folk that just went through here, happened to be on the channel, loved the content, and like stayed for a couple of days. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him back this week also. And that's why I love Twitch, bringing people from all over the world in one little stream like mine. That's so cool. There we go. Remove the dirt from the main surfaces. Hey. Right, let's take that brush, do the same thing we have done on the other side there. Well, on the other bearings, I guess I should say. There we go. Like brand new. So yeah, basically that project is really just a good way to challenge myself. I've never built a car before. It's really my first time ever doing that. It's quite a big project, honestly. I went a bit nuts on it, and like maybe too big, some would say. I feel like I'm still reasonable with it. Like it's not too big, it's not small. It's really a good amount for the condition and like for what I was planning to do. It's a bit more than what I was planning, but they are always a bit more than what you're planning for, so nothing to be surprised about. And anyway, no one's gonna remember your name if you're not doing something out of the normal, right? Not that I'm trying to get my name remembered or anything, but like, no one will talk about your project if it's too normal. Might as well make it epic. What's up, man? That was cool at first, then annoying at the end, let's be honest. What's up? Good morning, good lunch break. The only time you have an actual life. How you doing, you beautiful? What up? What up, what up? On est en train de cleaner des pistons. Fait du big boy clean up. Yep, shiny, shiny. Oof, eating while working. Been there, done that too many times. Look. That's what we're removing right now. Yeah. Yeah, basically we're doing the cleanup of the piston and hoping that this afternoon we're gonna have everything set up so that tomorrow we are installing them for testing the clearance, because basically right now the engine is looking like this. So we have our timing gear here, so everything's timed together, and we need to measure. This is where the piston are getting like their grip to, so this is where it's connecting. Therefore the name connecting rod. And need to go see you at school at hello Pada. I'm guessing Pada is the one from the Discord also. Bye là, bonne journée. Je me suis posé la question en plus. Genre, Panda Gang, il me semble qu'il y a quelqu'un qui s'est Panda dans le Discord. Bye bye, à tantôt. Ce que j'allais dire donc, Val. Oui, so basically connecting rod, everything's happening at the top here. And so I will say that there we need to measure the clearance in between those, the bearing surface and the journal bearing here. So when I'm saying journal is the hardened part like this, and when we're talking about bearings is like the cap going right inside those parts here. And then after that, once the clearance done, we're gonna be gapping and everything, the piston ring being what I'm cleaning at the moment, the grooves in there. And then after that, yeah, we're gonna be almost ready to assemble for one last time that engine. Crazy to say that 2 years ago I was basically cleaning up that engine. Well, not cleaning, but dismantling it. So we disassembled that engine about 2 years ago, and now look at us. We're cleaning everything and putting everything back together finally. About time. There we go. So let's throw that one last time there. Oh, hell yeah. Well, that's why I have a book telling me every single step I need to do. Because if I was not having that, well, you don't have the choice, because if I was getting pissed at that, there will be no project anymore, I think. Well, I mean, and that's a fair point to say, to be fair, because like so many people, but like so freaking many people are not going through their entire project and selling that as a not completed project, or stopping to work on something for years after they, like before they keep going, just because they get out of patience to work on it. And it's not patience, but also motivation, I guess. So yeah, I would say that this is pretty intense. Car project is like, it's a really big thing. Pretty sure everyone that watched me for a certain amount of time working in here on that car will have a lot more respect for the builds they see out there. Just because they will realize the amount of work. More intense than my painting of it. You think so? I don't know. It's different. Like, it's not, I will say there's not as many details and stuff, and like you don't have to be as accurate as you in painting when you're doing mechanic stuff, even though engine assembly might be the thing going against that rule, just because you have to be super careful when doing engine assembly to make sure you have everything right in its place. Also, like I was saying a bit earlier, if I had went with like a project that was maybe a bit easier, like no turbo, no big V8, no big stuff, like it will be way easier. Because basically right now, look, I have four piston done. If it was a 4-cylinder in there, I will be done. Now I have 4 more to go on the afternoon. My minis can't kill me. Fair. Fair. Wait, are you saying that Datsun will try to kill me? Nah, it's gonna be a good car. Right, Datsun? No trying to kill me, right? We're not doing that here. There we go. There. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. So we have everything done here. Everything's clean there. Good. Yeah, I mean, even if you're doing like everything perfectly, there's always a chance of something failing still on first start. Like there's no 100% safety and a foolproof way to do it. I mean, I take the time. Like honestly, I will be spending 2 weeks probably to like do the pre-assembly procedure, something that a professional can do in a day or two. So it's just that it's the first time I'm taking my time. There's no big secret there. It's really just about like going step by step and see if you can make everything. So I prefer to be a bit worried about everything and like be like overkilled on a bunch of things than going like, nah, that's gonna be fine, and having trouble later on. So yeah. Front cam. Je sais que c'est ta pause dîner, mais moi aussi il va falloir que j'aille manger, Val. Fait que je suis désolé de t'abandonner ici. I'm gonna be going for lunch, guys. I need to eat. I'm so hungry right now. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be back in no I know. But yeah, I'm gonna be back in about 2 hours. After that, this afternoon might be a bit of a shorter stream depending on how my course preparation is going this lunch break. Cause basically I have you might know since last week, I started to teach again, so I have classes on Monday and Wednesday now. So those days I cannot go really further in the afternoon. Like I cannot go with super long stream, but we'll see. So in 2 hours, I'm gonna be back and we're gonna keep going. Like I said, idea this afternoon is to have the 8 piston all cleaned up over here, and then after that we're gonna take that big ass wheel here and put that at the back of the engine to try to lock it down. So that way we're gonna be able to test all the piston clearance tomorrow. So that's the idea there. I'll see you then. See ya. Have a good lunch break. Bye bye.